Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I'm so thrilled that you are here because today I'm going to talk about 3 ways to prioritize your self-care. And self-care is really important for us as women because, as we all know, you can't pour from an empty cup. But the self-care itself is easy, right? It's easy, it feels good, it should be something we enjoy, but the hard part is prioritizing and making time for the self-care. So today's video is, of course, as usual, inspired by my personal journey where I feel like I've been slacking on my self-care just a little bit. So hopefully you can relate to this. And you can probably relate to this if you've done something like, I don't know, sleep with your makeup on, or make everybody else's breakfast and not your own and then run out the door, or get too busy to pack your lunch and then resort to like gross vending machine food, or doing all these things and putting ourselves last. So this helps nobody because, said at the beginning, you need to have a full cup before you can pour from that. Before you can give your love to others, you must give love to yourself. So let's get started. My first tip to prioritizing your self-care is what I call a contract. So this could be either scheduling time in your calendar, making a checklist, or making a verbal or written agreement with yourself or somebody else. So this part is all about the scheduling and the accountability, so you actually follow through with it. So the first part is pretty self-explanatory. It's scheduling it in your calendar. So when you plan out your day, whether you journal the night before or you have some sort of planner, make sure there's a block in there for self-care, whether that's 30 minutes, an hour, in the morning or at night. Make sure that there's a block in there where your coworkers, your family, your friends, when they know, like, not to bother you, and when you know that this is your self-care time. The other little subset of that is to make a checklist. So checklists are awesome because they make you feel so accomplished with every check you make. And I find that if I put a checklist up on my bathroom or on the refrigerator somewhere I can see it, then I'm more likely to follow through with those little micro steps. And then the third part is to make a verbal or written agreement with yourself or someone else. And that just goes with the accountability part. Like, for example, if your self-care is working out, you're much more likely to follow through if you're working out with a friend. So that is the first one. Make time for it in your calendar and create a contract with yourself or with others, written or verbal. My second tip for you to prioritize your self-care is to think of the tangible benefits behind the action. So what I mean by that is this is tapping into the psychology of why we do what we do. So we don't do things just to do them, right? There's an underlying cause as to why we're doing them. And usually it's so much easier to follow through with something when you can feel the benefit on the other side. So what I mean by this is it has to be something that you could either touch, feel, or see and envision in your mind. It can't be something like, oh, I'm gonna wash my face because it's good for me. That's too vague. That's super vague, and your mind doesn't see the benefit in that. What do you mean it's good for me? Good for what, right? So for me personally, let's go back to the makeup scenario. I will say, okay, I'm gonna wash my face tonight before I go to bed because I am going to sleep better, because I'm not gonna rub my eyes at night. I'm not gonna wake up with like makeup running down my face. And all these like tangible things that I can actually feel. Like I can feel how great of sleep I'm gonna get if I wash my face and do my skincare routine before I go to bed. So that's my second way to prioritize your self-care, is make sure there's something tangible behind your reason why you're doing self-care. And the third way to make self-care a priority is to simplify your life. when all else fails, if you really cannot make time for yourself, then there's something chaotic about your life, and there are things that need to be eliminated to bring some more peace and calmness and more time for yourself. So this means like eliminating toxic people. Don't take on too many projects at once. Maybe instead of making things fancy, think of ways that you can simplify it, no matter what it may be. There's so many ways you can simplify life. So this is like the minimalist approach. How can we do more with less? So if we have less things to do, less responsibilities on our hands, maybe even less pressure that we put on ourselves, then we're able to do so much more because we've eliminated all the stuff that doesn't serve us. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope these are things that you can apply to your life right away. Please let me know how you liked it, what you didn't like, and what you want to see more of. So give me comments down below. I read through every single comment and I'll make sure to serve the needs of those comments. And also, as always, like and subscribe to my channel. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video and we can be YouTube friends. Thank you everybody for watching. Bye!